Hey there, welcome back buddy. In this video, we will be learning what is lead processes and path setting in Salesforce. So as usual, let's start with a scenario. Let's say you are owning a training institute where you sell Salesforce courses, for example, and let's say you'll be getting two types of lead. One is individual student or learners and the other is corporate clients. And of course, these two leads will be having different paths in the lead nurturing and conversion journey, right? So this can be easily configured in the Salesforce. Now let's see how to configure them. The first important step that you have to do is that you have to discuss with your business team as well as the sales team to derive at the list of stages or status that each type of lead should be going through in the lead nurturing and conversion process. So for example, in our case, individual students will be going through stages like contacted, demo schedule, negotiation, and finally converted one or converted last. Whereas the corporate lead will be going through the stages like qualified, meeting scheduled, proposal shared, negotiation, and at last closed one or closed lost. Now first we have to configure these values in the lead status field. For that, navigate to the object manager and search for lead status. And here you will be seeing the existing values. What I'm going to do is that I'm just going to rename this open not contacted to new. And I'm saving it. And I do also have one another value which is contacted, right? So let me rename working contacted to contacted itself. And similarly, we have to create the remaining fields. Let me quickly create them. And finally, for the closed one, I'm going to rename this closed converted to closed one as per our scenario. And here you can see this particular checkbox is enabled, which is converted, which means that whenever the lead status is changed to closed one, the lead will be converted to account contact and opportunity. Okay. Now let me save it. And also let me rename the closed not converted to closed lost. Awesome. Now that we have completed two important steps, now it's time to create the record types. Now let me try creating one record type. Let me create one new record type. And here you can see that before you are creating a record type, it is asking us to create lead processes. Now let me create one lead processes. Lead processes is one which will be defining the list of lead status values for the selected record type. So let me create two lead processes. One is for the individual and the other for the corporate. And here you can see the list of picklist value that is configured in the lead status field. Now we have to select only the respective values for the individual lead type. So in our scenario, it is new, contacted, demo schedule, negotiated. Okay. Okay, I do have selected the values, but here you can see the contacted one and contacted lost in the third and fourth place. But I want this to be last, right? And even before recording this tutorial, I was scratching my head how to bring this down. Then only I get to know that we have to reorder it in the pick list level. So let me show you that. So here in the fields and relationship, under the lead status pick list, here we have an option to reorder, right? We have to reorder here, it seems. So click on reorder and you can reorder your pick list values. Okay, you can save it. Now go back to the lead processes. You can save this lead processes. Let me reopen it. And now you can see that it was arranged in the correct order. So similarly, let me create for the corporate record type as well. So we have to create the separate lead processes for the corporate record type. Let me create them. Awesome. Now that I have created lead processes for two different lead categories, it's time to create the record type itself. Let me create the first record type, which is individual. And here we have to select the lead process. So let me select the individual lead process for this record type and I am saving it. So we can select the page layout and I'm saving it. And similarly, let me create one another record type, which is for corporate. And lead process here is corporate. And I'm making it available for all the profile for now. And let me select the lead layout itself and I'm saving it. Awesome. Now that we have created the lead record type, lead processes, It's time to test how it is appearing in the UI. Now let me create one lead with individual record type. Let's say Lavanya, and I'm saving it. And here you can see the list of values in the lead path is flowing from the values in the lead processes. Why it is copying these values over here? Because this lead process has been assigned to this individual record type. So if I'm clicking on individual record type, here you can see lead processes coming up, right? So that's the reason whatever the values which is configured here in the lead process is getting reflected in this path. Now let me create one lead with corporate record type as well. Let's say Abdul, and I'm saving it. But here you can see the path is not matching as per the lead process that we have configured in the corporate lead process, right? That is because even I was just confused. Then I just passed the recording and did some R&D. After that, I get to know that the record type is automatically getting changed to individual. Then I was checking whether any automation is changing the record type and all. There is no automation at all. Then only after doing some R&D, I get to know that there is an option in the lead setting, which is the behavior used when applying assignment rules to manually created records. Record type setting is set to override the existing record type with the assignee's default record type. So here in my system admin profile, for the lead object, the default record type is set to individual. So that's the reason even when I'm creating the lead with corporate record type, it is getting created as individual record type. So we have to change the setting over here. Let me quickly change it. So let me keep it as keep the existing record type itself. So in the previous video, when I just demonstrated the lead assignment rule, I demonstrated how to make this particular option by default to true, and that's the reason it got automatically converted to individual record type, and that too good for me. I learned something new, that there is an option like this in the lead setting itself. Awesome. Now let me create one new corporate record type. Let's say Lata, and I am saving it. And now you can see the correct lead path because the record type created with the corporate record type, and it is properly following the list of values which is configured in the corporate lead process. Now, what if I say you that for each and every stage in the lead status, you can add the guidelines for the sales reps to follow. Also, you can highlight maximum of 5 fields under each stage that needs to be collected, and that can be achieved using the path setting. So, in order to configure the path setting, search for path settings in the setup, and first you have to enable it. And once after enabling it, it's time to create a new path. Click on the new path button over there, and you can give your path name. For example, let me give it like individual lead path, and here we have to select our object. And now in a scenario it is lead, right? Let me select the lead object, and for record type it is individual, and for the pick list we are using the lead status pick list, right? I'm selecting it and I'm clicking on next. Now you can see that for the selected record type, which is the respective lead process, right? Its respective pick list value will be rendered over here. And here you can select maximum of 5 fields that needs to be collected under the new stage. For example, let me just drag and drop 5 fields. If I'm trying to drag and drop more than 5 fields, we'll be getting an error. So let me just select only 5 fields and I'm clicking on done. And also we can add the guidelines for the sales rep to follow. For example, I'm just adding like verify lead detail and understand basic profile. So similarly, you can configure the key fields as well as the guidelines for each and every stage so that your sales rep can easily collect the key fields. Also, it will be helpful for them to know what are the steps that they have to complete under the specific stage. So for now, I'm just filling the new and I'm clicking on next. Now let me activate the path. Also, we can enable the celebration. What does that mean? For example, whenever the lead status has been moved to, let's say, contacted and close to one, the celebration that pop will be coming up. And here you can set the celebration frequency. For now, I'm just clicking on the always to demonstrate how it looks like, and I'm clicking on finish. Now that we have successfully completed the path setting for the individual, similarly, you can create for the corporate lead type as well. Now let's see the effect of path setting in the individual record type lead. For example, I'm opening up on lead And now here you can see there is an arrow mark. If I'm expanding, the respective key fields which you have configured in the path setting will be rendered over here, so that it will be very easy for the sales rep also to capture the necessary information under each and every stage. Also, the sales reps knows what to do under each and every stage by referring the guideline stated over here. Now let's say I'm changing the status to contacted. You remember for the contacted we enabled the celebration, right? Let me mark as a current status, and here you can see the celebration is coming up, and that's the use of that particular celebration part. Also you can see this particular arrow mark now got disabled because in the path setup for the contacted value we haven't set any key fields as well as we haven't set any guidelines for the success, right? And that's the reason this particular arrow mark was disabled for the contacted stage. With that said, this path setting and lead process seems to be simple, but it will really help your sales team to stay organized, follow the right process, and close deal more efficiently. And I hope now you would have understood the purpose of lead processes as well as path setting in the Sales Cloud. And yes, that's it for this video. See you next video. Thank you. Bye bye.